Hey fam, it's me, the Hematite. I'm in the car right now. I'm in the Peblos in the projects. My mom's getting her hair done, and my stomping grounds is in the motherfucking Peblos. Marvin Gaye died when I was living in the Peblos. I was going to Holmes Elementary School, not too far away, and he was my mentor. You know what I mean? I loved his whole everything. You know what I mean? And he passed away. So I wrote a whole 2-page essay about it. And my mom came up to the school. I think it was serendipitous. Let's say that. Because she came at that right moment. Because in elementary school, junior high school, and high school, I was an introvert. I was isolated. I didn't give a fuck to what nobody was really talking about. Unless you specifically asked me a question, I didn't really give a fuck. And I didn't participate. And she said, well, because everybody else was reading shit, out the article and guessing. And she said, well, why don't you ask my son? Why don't you ask him? He got a whole 2-page essay about it. And then that day, those motherfuckers realized that I was intelligent. I didn't give a fuck, so I didn't participate. I doodled, you know what I mean? Sometimes I'll write the answers, but on my paper, not on the test score paper. Why you testing me? What you gonna do with that? Why you gonna give it to them? Who else gonna see the shit? So I've always been paranoid. What the fuck you gonna do with the information? Why do you gotta test me so much? You know what I mean? But it was fine. So look up the word rebel. And out of a lot of words that in adjectives to describe descriptive words, that's a word, because I rebelled against everything. I'm the type of person. I'm getting better. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of motherfucker. Everybody always told me, when they tried to tell me, that you got to do it this way. You got to stand this way. You got to whatever. No, you got to stand like that. I can stand the motherfucker where I want to. You know what I mean? It was always a battle. And so then now at this point, I'm 48. It's not really a battle anymore, but I'm still like stuck there with the memories of the shit because I'm an empath and a Scorpio. And so anytime you deal with an empath or a Scorpio, we have the ability, if we think about a memory, to relive the memory like it was right now and have the emotions that go along with the motherfucking shit. So school wasn't a good friend for me. It didn't work. And it's like, you know, run that game, do that shit to them, but they wanted everybody to participate, and I rebelled. You know what I mean? I had all these gifts. I could sing, I can dance, I could write, I could do all this stuff. And they would say, you want to join the music play? You want to put your work and no, I don't want nothing, nothing. I'll do it when I leave the building and be out and live a life. I'll do it. It went out, but anyway. And so now I've been doing like a lot of research. I got so much writing to go through. So when I do these lives and these lectures and stuff, I have a lot of content, you know what I'm saying, to illustrate. Terra illustrates my era. Now I can't hang around my mama because I scare her. Oh my God. That's Ice Cube, nigga, and Dr. Dre. Am I iller than the natural born killer? So I want to dive into something, and it's something that's like brand new. I'm 48 years old now, and I'm 42 was when my transformation hit, and then all kind of shit went like whatever. But I'm gonna do a quick little run through. From birth to 17, I was a Christian or whatever, you know what I mean. And I had questions. Oh my God, did I have questions? And then I didn't have no answers, and then you give me runarounds, and I could tell when I'm getting a runaround. I don't appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? So from birth to 17 now. And so from 17, soon as the door knocked me on my motherfucking ass on my way leaving, I was an atheist. And so from 17 to 37, I was a fucking atheist. I mean, nothing. Come to me with God and Lord and Jesus and I'm gonna choke the fuck out of you because you don't have the answers that I need to validate those theories. And when you get real with me, then maybe you can convince me to believe that shit. But until then, let's just agree to disagree about it, right? And then that's how life was. So the rebel And then that word, it's like I rebelled against it. Because it's like, you're telling me all kind of stuff. And it sounds like fantastical and magical. It sounds wonderful. But where's the proof? I like proof, tangible shit that I could say, okay, it did happen. And even if you manifested the shit in a dream, you know what I mean? It has an origin some goddamn where. You pulling shit, listening to what somebody else told you. And so when people watch the news and then you're telling me what the news said, well, you're listening to secondhand information. You wasn't there to know if that shit is even motherfucking true. And so now you listening to the Channel 5 people tell me some shit, but before you told me that, I didn't know. And now that you told me, now I know. So now all kind of emotions is running, contingencies, just in case. So everything don't need to be known, or whatever. What do you feel? If you feel the shit you feel, then you investigate that. And I'm crashing. Let me tell you something. My whole family is like magical, spiritual, talented, sing, dance, right? All of us. And my cousin DJ Rogers, and his brother Rudy, they died 17 days apart. And we were at the, at the memorial, saying our last goodbyes and all this stuff, right? And so we took pictures and, cried together and did the family thing, right? And so we left. Everybody piled over to my Uncle Julius' house, in Aunt Wanda. And as soon as we got there, my cousin Corey, I said, Corey, come here. I need to talk to you, dude. And he was like, what's up, Bink? They call me Bink. And I'm like, the whole fucking world is turning into the motherfucking Bible. And what the fuck, nigga? And I'm like, what? I mean, I couldn't hold it together because oracle ladies walking up on me, orbs and lights and shit. I was like, fuck, nigga. And you know what I mean? So we end up walking, to the parking lot. We were just he and I in our phones. And so we pulling up scriptures. And we're bantering back and forth with the knowledge that, most of the knowledge we know, we already know it. And then the books and to find this stuff just validates it to show to the next motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say this. I was so, when I left the church alone, I left the Bible right there with it. I thought it was all that shit together. I didn't know the Bible was for me. But a lot of the Bible, I lived it. And then to see the shit in the scripture, I'm like, the creator put me in the book. You know what I mean? Oh my God, the book of Luke. So the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 18. And when I read that shit, that gave me, because I'm a poet, I'm a writer, I'm all this shit, right? And I'm like, I research everything. You know what I'm saying? And I like truth is what it is. You know what I mean? It's the one truth. But in my reality, we gonna have to agree. You know what I mean? When you look at us like a handicap sign, first we have to both agree that it's a handicap sign. It's blue and white borders. It's a silver pole. So we got to go through all that to make sure that we are based in the same reality to even begin the process to talk about it. And so, I didn't understand because, the Christians tell you everything is devil worship. And then the devil worship is the shit that I really wanted to the so-called know about. The devil worship. What is that? Knowing yourself and the intuitions that I feel. It's like you giving me the runaround and you giving me too many steps. All this shit could be simplified and I know how to do it. And so since I knew how to do it since I was like 14, 15 or whatever, it wasn't that damn hard. And that put me like rebel, like isolated. I didn't have many friends. Still don't. Fuck a friendship. Look up the word friend. It's like fiend. So do you want a friend? You know what I'm saying? So I think everything happens in cycles and then you get what you get out of it. Now, you build. So because you have your elementary school people that you run with, your junior high school, your high school, and if you go to college, those people, or if you go right into the workforce, those initial people that now that you work together, something sparked to make you say, well, give me your number. I want to keep in touch outside of this. You know what I mean? And now you may invite you to a party. You may invite them to a party or something like that. And then now you guys are closer, deeper or whatever. Then bonds form that way. Now, sometimes it's for a reason, it's for a season, and it's for a lifetime. So every person that come into our path, they're not going to always be there. So my message, my parting message to you is pay attention. And when the motherfucker tell you that they motherfucking crazy, believe them. It'll save you fucked upness and misery and problems or whatever. But some people like problems. And that bothers me. It's like, I like peace and zen and you know, and bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? But other people like other stuff. And it's like, long as you're not asking me to alter me, then you could do and feel whatever the fuck you want to. Because, you know, we're different. We all don't feel the same stuff or whatever. So I'm tapping into like, I called this, see, this stuff right here happened to me in the 90s. This whole corona shit, isolation, I called this whole time in the 90s. I got a whole like essay about it. I called this time in 2022 and 2021 and 2020 and 2019 and 18 the land of the motherfucking Okie Stoke. And then let me break that down and give you a little bit of context. I had recurrent nightmares, how through osmosis, through whatever the process, it was never revealed. But you took a very highly intelligent group of people and then now they're just dumb, just walking, oh my God. I mean, how can I say it? Do you want to be kind or do you want to be accurate, Derek? You know, I want to be accurate. So, you know, okay, well, fuck kind and say it. A bunch of just zombies. So watch The Walking Dead, the TV series. 2 things to point out about it. Don't see them as gore, you know, dead and all that, trying to bite you. Fuck all that. Now, make it the way it is in the reality right now. And then having the reality the way that it is like that, you dealing with it. And it's like, spirit people are tapped into universe. We're tapped into ethereal. We're tapped into earth. We're tapped into, you know, into ocean. We're tapped into everything. And then to see people that are not, that means you're dead. Because everybody is supposed to be tapped into the frequency. What the fuck you think you're doing here? And so we get trapped into vanity, and that traps us into physicality, into, you know what I'm saying? You know, the whole physical side. But if you know what I'm saying, but that's the way it was. Let me finish the trajectory in the beginning. So from birth to 17, Christian. From 17 to 37, I was an atheist. And from 37 to 44, that was my personal 7-year trials and tribulation where everything fucked up for me. People died. My company filed bankrupt. You know what I mean? So real trauma, fucked up shit happened to me then. You know what I'm saying? So that happened. Hold on one sec. Okay, I'm back. So the 7-year trials and tribulation, it crept and it came, and then I was like in the whirlwind. I was twisted up in the game, fucked up in the game of life. Who knew? You know what I'm saying? And that whole 7-year period was the tearing down, the deconstructing of the nigger to morph into the other godlike nigga, Naga, a Tautanist one, whatever. I didn't even know what a fucking light worker was until like a year ago. Like that term, see, terminology is what my people we lack. It's terminology. What is being said to me when you say these things? Because everything means other than what you think it means. And once you get equivocal language, look up the word equivocal. And then understand that. So it'll tell you to look in here, go look there. Just look everywhere if you really want to know the reality that's being made for me. I thought I came out of my mom's womb to do me. I bring me, I get mine, bout mine, go hard. You're looking for a nigga like me? Boy, stop. I bring me. You know, every day of the week. And then it's like, following trends and joining groups, that's too much for me. You know what I mean? Give me 2 to 3 quality people and you can take 15 quantity bitches any day. Bye. I don't need all that motherfucking shit. Bye. It's too much energy. And an empath can pick the liars, the bitches, the backs, all of it. All of it. And so that's why my intake is very limited. And so I'm working, I mean, I'm a Scorpio, a triple Scorpio, moon, you know, sun, the actual sign, my ascendant is a Libra. So that triple Scorpio, I'm like, I no wonder I never met no motherfucker like that. You know what I mean? So my still waters run deep. Yes, they do. They do. And when you're a Scorpio, we guard water, emotions, memories, ethereal. We pull everywhere because you got the waters above and you got the waters right there. So we get it everywhere. I do. And it's like, and so I'm learning to, you know, think before I speak. See, Scorpios, we oh my God, I didn't even realize it was such devil worship to say you're a Scorpio and you want to know about astrology and stuff. That told me about me. I'm walking like a motherfucking robot until I tapped into, the lady says, have you someone ever done numerology on you? No, that's devil worship. What the fuck? She said, no, nigga. And she broke the shit. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So I've discovered this aspect of me. Damn, I looked in astrology, discovered this aspect of me. So put that aspect with that aspect, with this aspect, with that aspect. I got a whole nother nigga, a whole puzzle. You know what I mean? So I deconstructed myself and I got the paperwork to prove it. So I got a book that I'm gonna start promoting soon. I'm gonna need you guys to support. I'm a very thorough person. And I don't research like nobody, probably, but I research. And I need to have the clarity for self. Now, we can all agree about the facts and the supposition, but the supposition is always going to be supposition until you get me the meat and the potatoes and make it go into something else, period. And if you don't, then I don't. You know, and I live my life like that, you know, so 37 to 44 was the agnostic phase. I'm like, okay, well, something did all this shit. Okay, something put this liver in me and kidneys in there, the heart in here, and all this shit in there. Something did it. What is it though? You know, so I didn't give a fuck. I was living life, and you know, and and cutting my fucking teeth on the motherfucking streets of LA. And then I got jumped on twice. I got thrown out of everything. Motherfuckers don't want you to talk the truth. They want you to tell them things that's not necessarily the truth. I ain't got time to be lying. Because I don't want nobody lying on me. So, you know what I mean? Tell it the truth. And if the truth hurts me, if it's coming from the intent, you know what I'm saying? Because I've had a lot of people tell me things that pissed me the fuck off. It hurt me. But then they did it because of the, you know, grow from it versus motherfuckers just telling you shit to try to hurt you just to do it. So you're going to have to go into inner resolve and go into inner you and realize that you do matter, even if it don't seem like you matter to nobody in the world. Fuck the world. You here for your journey. And then I came to the conclusion, like, I think I was like 45. 4 plus 5 is 9. That I came on this motherfucking earth plane October 26th at 1973 at 6:05 in the morning. The world was fucked up when I got here. I can't fix the world, but I can fix me in the world. You know what I'm saying? So then brain power kicked in or whatever. So once that shit kicked in, it did. But I want to debut something. This song is very important to me, and the song inspired this poem. So it goes, Love has played its game on me so long. I started to believe I never find anyone. Doubted, tried to convince me to give in. Said you can't win. But one day the sun came shining through. The rain had stopped and the skies were blue. And oh, what a revelation to see. Someone was saying, I love you to me. It's One in a Million by, I forgot the author, One in a Million, the artist. And then it inspired me to write this poem. And you know, if you're a writer or you're a poet, writing about self is one of the difficult things to do because, you know, you're the canvas, you're the meat and the potatoes. But it goes, don't take my love in vain. The love I show is truly real. So therefore you should know just how I feel. I portray a tough and strong character, that's a fact. But kindness and courtesy I sometimes lack. I love to be loved for many reasons I can't explain. I try so hard just to get the same. But it's impossible for me because I'm so confused. And I resent the vision of being misused. But don't take my love in vain, I plead. My love is real, pure, and honest indeed. Misery is something I can't afford. Love is something I must endure. Don't take my love in vain, I've yelled out. One day it will work and my pain will all come to an end. Everything in my life right now is so consistent. The animosity in my life makes me go against it. I tried to be so untouchable, it's a shame. At times I can be evil, but come on, y'all, don't take my love in vain. My visions on everything in general does not intertwine with anyone else's. It's obvious to see, it's plain as day, at times I could be selfish. But can't no one understand what my true feelings are? So I display unreal ones that's fake by far. But never will I get wrapped up in the irony of despair because it's totally inevitable for me to go there. I'm a fish, you're the hook. In the end, you'll see I'm captured. I will not allow myself to get caught up in this rapture. I will not allow myself to get into something I can't get out of. But I'm willing to turn the other cheek this one time because all I want is a little love. But I gotta stop this insanity before I go insane. But like I said time and time again, y'all, please don't take my love in vain. For there's nothing at all for you to gain. Someone was saying, I love you to me. A one in a million. Chance of a lifetime in life. Show compassion and send to me a stroke of love called you. A one in a million. Oh my God, that song, man. It came out, I was like 10 years old, 11 years old. I was living in the projects in the Peblos, right around the corner. So I'm like journeying down memory lane back in the Peblos with my mom in there getting her hair done. My auntie Judy doing her hair. So, you know, kicking it back to my origin stories or whatever. So I'm gonna close with this. Just because you're in a current fucked up situation, how you begin isn't the way necessarily how it ends. I lived in the Peblos for 2 years. And then we each step up, we moved up and up and up, you know what I'm saying? And then now here I am visiting where I got my whole existence elsewhere. And it humbles you. I come from very humble beginnings. And uppity bitches get cussed the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. A cheap hoe trying to be a rich bitch. It don't work. I can see through it. I'm a Scorpio. The nose knows I'm a Hyoku empath. Do your research. What kind of empath are you? So the next thing I'm going to talk about, I'm going to break down. I did a whole chart and I'm going to break it down. So I'm going to lead this into the other one. I'm going to talk about psychopaths, sociopaths, schizophrenics, narcissists, and empaths. And I got some board work that I want to do to really illustrate, you know what I'm saying? So stay posted for that. Hematite out. I just wanted to reflect a little bit because I'm back in the Peblos and humble beginnings again, visiting, and it feels good because the memories are here.